Hi guys, welcome to. Oh my gosh, Shim's gone.
What?
Shim, I literally just said we was. Oh wait, I think this is pizza. Great.
Ran off, but you said, "Hey, I'm water." I was like, "That's a great idea," so I ran off to do it, and then y'all started this.
I thought you were still here. I couldn't see it. So hi guys, welcome to another Nebula Theatre cast. So you might be noticing, hey, wait a minute, there's a guy missing. Yes, Prime is very busy with work and real life stuff, so he has entrusted me to run this live stream effectively. Luckily, I managed to, grab the other two who are usually a part of these, and here they are. We have the ever so wonderful Shin.
Hello, I'm happy to be here.
And we have Zoro.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be back. I love you all. Except you, Timmy.
Oh.
Fuck you, Timmy. You know what you did.
I guess Timmy did something. So, this is going to be like another normal this community stuff. I will say, you might have noticed, Prime posted a schedule, or maybe you didn't, but there is a schedule up on his channel detailing quite literally everything that will be happening this month. And immediately, the schedule got broken because we were meant to do Collector versus Admin, which was submitted. If you remember, you get to submit matchups to us, and we research and debate it. You get to do that, and things went kind of bad, and we just had to reschedule. But don't worry, everything else on the schedule is still fine. We'll still be doing Collector versus Admin this month because me and Shim have done the research, and I'd be very pissed considering I went through all of Minecraft story mode for nothing at that point. So just check out the schedule. There's some very interesting stuff coming up. So, something happened. Does anybody know? Of course you do. A Death Battle episode came out. Sentry from Marvel versus Superboy Prime from DC. Now, I'm a big Marvel vs. DC nerd. I'm a big comics nerd in general. I was actually reading comics like a couple of hours ago for entertainment. I think it's a good return to form for comic matchups. I've seen, there was a time in ye old dark ages of Season 7 where the word comic slop was born from the piles of Spider-Gwen versus Batgirl and Hulk Broly and all the comics that we got.
Yeah.
However, it's been so long now that we've actually transitioned into Comic Gem. And people have been asking for comics to come back. I mean, to be fair, last year we had, Kyle Rayner, we had Hulk, we had Blade. Inconsistently good episodes, I would say, right?
Yeah.
But there was the Marvel vs. DC in the room missing. But we finally got that back. What did you guys... I know you guys aren't as big as comic people as I am, because I'll say right now, this is my 8th favourite episode of Death Battle of all time, and it is only climbing higher the more that I think about it. What did you two think?
I mean, I'm a pretty big fan of comics myself. I've known about Sentry for a long time. Superboy Prime, I loved him. I've been reading the recent Superman comics where he's been in. Great time. And this Death Battle was really good. I really liked, I feel like I'm a broken record because I feel like we're going to be saying a lot of the things that everyone else has already been saying about the matchup. But I specifically want to talk about Superboy Prime. For me, I loved him in this. He was so great. The writing on his dialogue was awesome. His analysis was awesome. It was all just really good. It's kind of like a top tier potential for a Marvel vs. DC episode.
I think it's also so funny that they managed, I mean they had him before we did, but they got Nebula Theatre voice actor Sean Chiplock to play
Friend of the show, Sean Chiplock.
It's just very funny seeing him go from our little baby versus show to going back to Death Battle.
Dipping the toes in the Nebula
He's really
Theater.
moving up in the world.
I know. He was a nobody before he joined us. And now he's
nothing of note before Nebula Theater, surely.
What the fuck is a digital circus?
What's a ReZero?
Yeah, anyway, I think the episode was great. I think it has two of my favourite analyses of all time. Mm-hmm. Maybe not I think you can argue some are better written. I've kind of talked about this a little bit, where I think as an overall product, Shigaraki probably has one of the best analyses in the show. But I think Superboy, Primes, and Sentries kind of complement each other the best.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I really love the Sentry, and I think the Sentry analysis might be my favorite of this year.
Yeah.
I think they really did the whole presenting him as like a Superman archetype and then flipping it into like what was really happening behind the scenes. It was very effective, very compelling. I also really like what they did with the colors in the analysis. It's real subtle, but they kind of made it from like very overly saturated in the beginning to like under-saturated in the second half, but it works like thematically. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it was amazing. I think it was interesting. The waiting period was so interesting. Of like, people were very much like, "Oh, who's gonna win?" And I don't think we've had really such a strong discussion. I mean, Crewmind had a little bit of that, but I don't think I've seen one that people have been so torn on. Even our boss thought that Sentry would win. He was wrong, but you know.
I don't think that's what he said. I think he said that their strength was equal. Was like his big.
No, he said the final bet was on Sentry.
My bet?
No, his boss, Blind.
Oh,
not you.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, so me and Blind had a bet behind the scenes. Y'all don't need to worry about it. I was getting confused.
Okay, well,
Yeah, this matchup was really cool. I really liked the part where I wonder if we're gonna get more rotoscope in future death battles, because this with the Void was pretty good.
done by one of our animators, Levi. Shout out to Levi.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
I mean, he's brilliant. You can see his work in. He does some of the hand-drawn stuff, like he did the Guardians, I believe, in EXE versus Kara. And it's like, I haven't known him for so long, but I mean, I followed his work since Smash Bracket days, right?
Yeah.
And I know he's always wanted to like work on Death Battle stuff, and it's like, it's so cool seeing him do like some of the hypest moments there, like seeing
Absolutely.
the rotoscope. I mean, the bit before it when he breaks apart and you can see all the insides of Sentry, and like,
Oh my, like that entire like bit where Dark Sentry just kind of comes out with the rotoscope, and just like that entire sequence with the Void was jaw-dropping. Like, I had heard like hype things about it, so I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna look cool, but even then I'm just like, holy crap, like I got goosebumps first time I watched it. Yeah.
I think if I had to nitpick the episode a little bit, and this is a rough nitpick because I think it's more of an issue with the comics than the episode itself, is that Merge Sentry felt really unimportant. Both in the analysis and the fight, Merge Sentry felt like a footnote. And it feels like if you watch it, you still don't really get what the point of Merge Sentry is. Perhaps because there isn't really a point of Merge Sentry in the comics, but you know.
yeah, right now we have no idea what's going on with him. I like the interpretation that Void is just kind of letting him believe that he's got the upper hand for the moment. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I think one of the shots that really got me hype was when, after Superboy Prime leaves the Infinite, and the Infinite begins to corrupt because of the Void.
Yeah. There's like part where it's dripping with black, but I honestly like the earlier scene, like 5 seconds earlier, when like you see like the black kind of overtaking space. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, and yeah. Do we have anything else to say?
I would like
well,
to. I just thought it was interesting to note. I just think it's interesting to note because this is the first Marvel vs. DC we've had in a while, and since then we've had a lot of like upgrades to how Death Battle scales the cosmology for Marvel and DC, and I thought it was interesting how they would compare each other in this, because there are all the jokes that would be 12D Kyle Rayner scaling versus infinite dimensional Hulk. Sentry would win easily. But then they just kind of said they both had like infinite timelines.
Yeah.
Which is very funny because that's way lower than what they gave like people like Hulk that they said they were way stronger than.
Well, I mean,
so
they
it's
said
just an interesting thing that I think with Death Battle they just perceive Marvel and DC as so equal. They just kind of like throw out a general like statement to appease people, I feel like, in terms of what tier they're gonna put the
Well,
characters at.
Hulk is only that strong when he's like the peak and the peak of the peak of the peak.
Yeah.
With like the one below all stuff, and even now when he's doing this one above all stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Hulk only proceeded to get fucking buffs. But like Sentry only kind of like, I think the feat is more impressive about fighting World War Hulk than like not even Doctor Strange or Iron Man could do anything to him. And also like again that's a matchup where it's like it doesn't matter to go into like the infinite dimensional scaling that maybe both have.
Yeah. I was just curious how they would compare them, and it kind of just hand-waved it a little bit, which isn't a huge deal. That was just something I was thinking about.
Yeah. I'll just share a few of my quick thoughts. As someone who's not big into comics and had no idea who either of these guys were going in, like, when I heard Superboy Prime, I was just imagining, like, oh, Superboy, like from Young Justice. I didn't realize it was an entire thing from, like, the original comic. So, the analysis did a great job of introducing me to both, and I got it instantly. Animation was great. The only real nitpick I had was, like, one line during the fight where, you know, Sentry's on the line, and he's like, you don't know what you're doing. And he's like, oh yeah, I do know what I'm doing. I'm battling you to the death. And then he literally winks at the camera. I'm like, okay, that one was a little...
I mean, that was an intentional... That was an intentional reference. I'll kill you to death is an intentional thing, Zoro.
That's a very infamous quote of Superboy Prime, is I'll kill you to death.
That's literally him looking... that's literally him looking into...
That was a reference to something he said in the comic?
Yeah, that's him looking into the camera and quite literally saying the cheesy line.
Yeah. And I think he did that for me. He looked at me and winked because he knew I would like that.
Oh, I thought that was just I knew he had, like, the fourth wall awareness, but I'm just like... I thought that was just a really tongue-in-cheek, oh yeah, I'm battling to the death on Death Battle. And I'm like, okay, guys. Okay. But, okay, I feel better about that. But either way, it was just a nitpick. Like, I had a blast with this one.
I am a little curious, since you say you didn't really know either of them before this, just based on the Death Battle, who would you say seems more interesting to you? Like, between Sentry and Superboy Prime?
Alright, right now, like, I really do like both of them, but right now, I think Sentry's more interesting just because I know you said earlier that it was like, oh, there's like a footnote about them being merged and like biding the time. So like, to me, like, because comics kind of like go off a structure where their story never really ends, they just keep expanding on it. I'm more interested in seeing how that plot thread goes potentially because, you know, it might not be a footnote that they forgot about, but something they're leaving open for the future. So I'm just curious to see how that story expands. Well, Superboy is great, but right now it seems like all of his major plot points have been wrapped up, so there's not really too much going into it. So for him at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Prime kind of has some interesting stuff going on with the Manchester Black arc. I guess we can move on. That's all we got to say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Timely. So, that isn't the only Versus show that dropped an episode. No, there's not a surprise Nebula Theatre episode. But, Fan Battle, you might know them, you might love them, dropped the Lich versus Akul. Samurai Jack versus Adventure Time. I don't know, I assume it quite... Did you two see it? Streamed it! He streamed it.
I streamed it. I have evidence that I watched it. No one can say I didn't.
I have not seen this one yet.
So, I guess that'll leave me and Sherm with the discussion.
I mean, I can comment on the matchup in general sense.
So, I think it was pretty good. I think it's good coverage of both. The analyses were very long. They were like Subaru Kazuma length, right?
Yeah.
For context, Zora, this is like a 43-minute Versus episode.
Yeah, I see the thumbnail now.
And
also, I think that's a they custom made both the renders for those guys.
Yeah.
I have no evidence of this. It just looks like that to me.
Let me double check because I will.
It does look.
I will know
I think-
instantly.
I mean, the
I think
Lich
Yes,
whoever
it
they had
is.
writing this,
made.
whoever they had writing this for the fight specifically, I think they did a really, really good job just kind of writing out. I really liked the fight. I think the fight was very good. I think specifically Aku, like, getting back into like his own hype as like a final stand with like the dragon imagery and like the spreading across the world. I was like, okay, that's kind of hype. And then Lich just had like his ultimate monologue, which I feel like is one of the only appropriate ways to have the Lich victory happen is the Lich just aura farming as he gives someone the lowdown on what's really happening.
I just think it was funny because they had like the kind of army like of liches and undead and stuff, and just him being like freezing one and then picking one up and sending it through time, which is actually what led to his downfall. Funny enough.
Yeah, you thought it was just a throwaway interaction. Nope.
Yeah, so
That-
yeah, so for context, Zora, there's a little bit of animation where Lich is taking on a bunch. Aku is taking on a bunch of liches, right? So he like freezes one in crystal and crushes it, and you see in the background, it's not even like entirely in focus, which I think is so good about it, is him pick up a Lich telekinetically and send it through time, and then when it looks like Lich has lost, one comes walking out and be like, you sent me back to like the beginning of time, I just sat there and waited. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And I really like Aku. They use a 3D model for the very end to like show him dying. And Aku's 3D model, even in the game it's from, looks kind of iffy because just 3D Aku is very hard to do. But because they were specifically having him like be paralyzed and then slowly like turn to stone, I think they used a 3D model and made it look really, really good. With just like him slowly like mushrooms are coming out of him and then like he slowly turned to stone and disintegrated. I was like, that's the best possible use of that 3D model they could have done. That looked great.
Yeah, shout out to the animator.
I gave them the Enchiridion, which was an interesting decision.
Yeah, there's a few complaints that I have. One is, I think the editing is very weird. They have, sometimes they just have really low quality clips, right? Like, some of the quality I think is really bad, and I think the main thing is, like, sometimes they talk about something and don't show it. Like, they'll say something that, like, a character can do, or scale to or something, but it won't be shown.
Yeah.
And also,
Like a consistent thing that happens with, like, some fan battle episodes.
yeah, it's definitely not a new criticism.
Yeah.
And, hey, I know it's funny for us to be saying this, but those analyses were very long, especially for characters like Aku and Lich, where they don't really need that much.
Yeah.
It was I think it was 11 minutes and 9 minutes or something. I'm probably throwing out random numbers, but I don't think the Lich as a character needs that much to talk about him as a character, his abilities, what happens, and all that. It was just kind of strange, and I kind of didn't want to watch the analyses for a while because they were just so long.
Yeah. At the very least, I like the characterization of Aku in the analyses. I thought they explained what he had going on, going from the more eldritch explanation, and then they kind of talked more and more about his more human traits as the analysis went on. I thought that was well done.
Yeah.
Overall, a very good fan battle, and I think they are. I kind of just think they're getting better with every episode. Not that his is the best episode, but I'm just trying to say a general trend. I think this is continuing this trend as one of their better episodes overall, I would say.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to King Tenno.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Nice,
I hope
hear
King Tenno
that,
makes them $1 million.
Yeah, I'm very looking forward to it because, if you saw the last cast, you know that I personally love that one for him. So I'd love to see their take on it.
Is this the perfect segue into some other Kane Tenno topics we would like to talk about?
Nope. this is the perfect segue into talking about Find a Matchup For. The segment where we take characters and find a matchup for them. So, we were kind of thinking, we had Kane, what do we do next? And then, we were kind of sitting around, and then we had a thought, what about Fox McCloud from Star Fox? There's a lot of Nintendo fans on the team. I don't know if there's as many big Star Fox fans on the team, but there's definitely a outcry from people, and there's, you know, certain matchups that we all like.
There's some online discourse for the new Star Fox game. It's kind of interesting because it started off real bad, everyone hated the designs. But a lot of stuff I've been seeing lately is people like, hang on, the writing's kind of fire, though. We don't like the designs, but this characterization and these story moments are kind of going hard.
Yeah, like, I think the general thoughts of, like, the new Star Fox game is, like, we wish it wasn't Star Fox 64 again, and we wish we looked better. But what we got was still pretty good now that we look at it.
Are they like hyper-realistic furries? Isn't that...
Yeah. Definitely a weird art style, especially since the Mario movie had a really good fox design.
Do you think this is what they'll look like in Smash 10?
Oh gosh, I hope not.
That's assuming that all of them don't just get cut.
Yeah.
No, if anyone's gonna get cut first, it's Captain Falcon. So we can talk about Fox. And I'll start. You know what? I'm the guy.
Alright.
I'm the man in the chair. And you might be wondering, oh boy, who out of these cast of characters did Saul talk about? Yeah, it's Star-Lord. If you know me, I like my comics. I didn't really have a preferred for Fox because I'm not entirely interested in Fox as a character, but I think Star-Lord is very fun. Semantics are very much just kind of right there. They are charismatic leaders of a team of government-employed mercenaries for hire that protect the galaxy from evil, losing their parents at a young age, which motivates them to fight evil to make them proud. Simple as that. I think it is a fun idea. Star-Lord is a very interesting character, I think, to have on any versus show, I'm not going to lie. Especially since, I mean, he's so different, like, with, like, classic Star-Lord compared to, like, the modern one, right?
Yeah, comic Star-Lord is kind of a blind spot for me, comics-wise. All I know about him is the element gun.
Yes. So, Star-Lord as a character kind of started out as, he was a lot more serious, I'm not going to lie. But then Chris Pratt came around and made Guardians $1 bajillion, and comics were like, okay, maybe we should lighten up on him, right?
Yeah.
So he is a pretty strong individual. The main thing he is known for is his element gun. The element gun is a piece of Spartaxian, which is the half species that he is, which was left in the house by his father, funny enough, which is tied directly with, like, his heritage and the idea of him becoming the master of the sun. Kind of talk about it later.
Yeah.
Star-Lord can do a bunch of different things with this gun. He is able to shoot energy blasts. He has high explosive rounds that can be like loaded via a voice command, funny enough. He has tranquilizer shots. If somebody else attempts to use the gun, it electrocutes the other individual. It partially runs on magic. Like, it's a mix of magic and technology, so it's kind of hard to, like, hack and manipulate. And it has a bunch of elemental blasts. So it can fire ice. It's been able to, like, freeze someone's entire head from point blank. Or put out people's flames. It can create earth by, like, creating masses of, like, diamond and waves of earth. It can make fire, it can make electricity, and it has, like, a water squirt function.
Yeah, you never know.
His outfit is, it dampers heat signatures, it can release shocks on contact if he needs to, like, he did it on Spider-Man, like, Spider-Man webbed him up, right? so he just sent these shots to destroy the webs. His visor can do basically everything that can do, such as like reading where enemies are surviving in space, as you might imagine, and connect to the Guardian's ship and control it. We'll talk about the ship in a minute because it's a starfox matchup. If you can't do a ship battle, what's the entire point of?
Question.
Yes.
Yeah.
He himself can fly, so he has rocket boots, which are strong enough to like burn through glass, and he's like used as a weapon before, so it's not uncommon for him to do that. And just like Fox, because I didn't know this about Fox, but he has some like cybernetic enhancements,
Yeah.
which allow him to he can quite literally see every single energy spectrum, so infrared, X, and like anything he needs to, and he has a universal translator.
Nice.
He has a few other equipment as well, such as the Nia bands, which are like they grant you like temporary cosmic powers. He's had the cosmic cube at one point. There is also the Master of the Sun, which I'll kind of talk about. So basically,
we need to talk about Master of the Sun for Fox McCloud.
if I'm gonna talk about Star-Lord, at least let me talk about this.
Fair.
When else am I gonna be able to talk about him?
True.
So this eventually happened when he like drained his element gun of all of its power, which it got drained from like the gods of Olympus and gave him the power of the sun. It's non-standard as hell, but it's really cool. But I just really like this matchup because I think it would be a very cool gunfight, right? Where you can have, I mean, there's a lot of what Fox can do on the ground. I mean, I don't know a lot about Star Fox, so my knowledge might be limited, but I know he has like laser pistols and shields and all that, you know? And I think...
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah. I think that would play very well into Star-Lord's like element weapons. I think I can say undoubtedly, without any pushback, this would probably have the best and most catchy track. Just because Guardian's music is very catchy, and it's like space, the music he uses for space sequences would match really well with Star Fox.
Yeah.
Also, the
It's kind of cheating with the music track, because with Guardians of the Galaxy, you can literally just use all the greatest music of the 80s to the early 2000s.
Is it cheating if it's right?
No, I'm just saying.
And then, obviously, you have the space battle between the ship that the Guardians have and Star Fox's own ship. So, the ship in... wherever. The ship is very powerful on its own, and like I said, he can connect to it from his like mask, right? He's used a bunch of different ships, but the main one that people know is the Benatar, which I believe. I have to double check. But yeah, the ship is very powerful from what I know about it. They've had a ton of different ships, so it's not like, I mean, you have a variety to pick from, right? At that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoro, you can go next.
Alright. So, this is actually a good segue when talking about ships, because, with a character like Star Fox, yeah, he can work really well on the ground. Assault had that campaign where you can kind of go out of the R-Wing with blasters and whatnot. But the main thing you know Fox McCloud for is his trademark R-Wing, dogfighting, space fights, and all that. And I think a matchup that can do really well fight dynamically, oddly enough, would be Han Solo from Star Wars. Now, thematically, this one doesn't really have too big of a connection. Both are just mercenaries in space that are known for, going around and helping out the heroes. But the reason why I find this one would be interesting to talk about today is that I think they match each other a lot on very similar levels. Han Solo obviously has the Millennium Falcon, one of the most iconic spaceships in pretty much media science fiction in all time. And a lot of time, like, he's not really the part of Star Wars that relies on, like, the lightsabers or, you know, the Force and whatnot. He really is, like, one of the main heroes that really relies more on, like, the dogfighting and the more spaceships combat style of Star Wars. So I think for a matchup like this, where you want Star Fox to also kind of utilize his ship, having him with the Millennium Falcon would be interesting just to see, because, like, the R-Wing is basically more aerodynamic, but the Millennium Falcon has a lot more firepower, so I think it would be a very interesting dynamic. And even if you think the Millennium Falcon's too much for an R-Wing, you can always give him the Great Fox, if you want to do like a big ship battle with them going into like a smaller ship later. You can also have them on the ground with the blaster fights, because Han's also good with a blaster. He's got a few other kind of like tech from Star Wars, like, you know, the few mines and whatnot, and I'm sure if we go into the extended media, we can find a few other cool gizmos that can help match Star Fox with like his jetpack and whatnot. But yeah, like, there's just a lot of potential you can do with the matchup, especially with like both being mercenaries. Like, you can even start the matchup up with like Han doing his smuggling thing, and then Star Fox being assigned to like take him down for a bounty, because, you know, even though he's a hero, he still needs to get paid. He still hands General Pepper the bill at the end of the day after every Star Fox mission for every gunner he goes down. And, like, you know, just like this charismatic smuggler type against like Star Fox, which is also kind of like, I don't want to say smuggler, but, you know, he's got that cool Space Ranger energy. I feel like they would have some great dialogue in there. There's just a lot you could do with it dynamically, and I think it's a very interesting combination of like Star Fox dogfighting and Star Wars dogfighting.
Han Solo wins because when I played him in Battlefront 2, he was very good, and I keep killing Force users.
Yeah, Battlefront 2, I think that's where he mostly uses like the mines and whatnot, but
yeah.
Wait, doesn't he also use them in like some of the battles on the original movies? I haven't seen the original movies in a while.
I do have a question about Fox versus Han Solo.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Like, with Star-Lord could kind of like summon his ship and get into it in like a matter of seconds, realistically. With Han Solo, there's like he can't just like summon the Millennium Falcon. Would we determine the winner based on like R-Wing versus Millennium Falcon, or would the winner be based on like Han Solo versus Fox on the ground?
We'd probably consider both.
Yeah, consider both, because like, yeah, Han Solo doesn't really have the best track record of getting a Millennium Falcon. He's lost it a couple times, especially with the new trilogy. He has to start off just finding it again after it's been separated for who knows how long, but, you know, so in a debate context, we give them all arsenals and just see, like, okay, if the battle ended up on ground, who has the advantage? If the battle started in space, who has the advantage there? And who has the tools most likely to, like, shift the environment to their more favorable playstyle and get the win con?
So, like, what happens if we determine that Fox pretty easily wins if they're on the ground, but the Millennium Falcon, because of some lore, is, like, way better than the R-Wing and would win the dogfight? What do we do for determining a winner?
We'd also have to do that for all of these matchups, though, so I don't think it's just that.
Well, with Star-Lord, like, he can, like, get into his ship extremely fast. Like, so I'm like, that's not quite the same thing.
Yeah, well, probably just be able to see if, you know, in that case, it'd be like, you know, if Fox could get, like, Han Solo on the ground would be the thing that would determine the matchup. And,
yeah.
You know, I think the Millennium Falcon has been shot down and has been broken on repair, so... Yeah, like, that's what it would come down to is, you know, if one wins in space but one other wins on the ground, does the other have the ability to, like, get them on the ground to secure the win?
Han's gonna shoot the fuck out of Fox, by the way. Han has, like, the single fastest calculable speed feat in Star Wars, which is him doing the Starkiller base run, which gets to, like, quadrillion, like, times speed of light. And even in, like, before that, obviously he's, like, old there, his reflexes are, like, noted by the narrative to be, precognition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He always shoots first. Fox is just on the ground, just like, alright, put your hands in a bang!
Yeah, it was literally. Yeah.
What? He was gonna shoot us.
That's a pretty good Chewie.
Ah, thank you. If we ever need Chewbacca, hit me up.
I don't know if we will. Okay, and then we'll go to Sherm, who Sherm picked the most cartoony, let's say.
Alright, so I think this match will be a litmus test for how old our stream viewers are. Because if they're younger than me, then they may not have the same nostalgia for Toy Story 2. But pretend it's 2008, and you're also
Wow!
2008. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's 2008, and you're the same age as I was when it was 2008.
God, I'd be full.
You pop in Toy Story 2 into the VCR, and you get that opening scene. We've heard about Buzz Lightyear Star Command in movie 1, but we haven't actually seen it in action. And then movie 2 opens up with Buzz Lightyear going from space, flying to the planet like a comet on a one-man assault on Zurg's base, and it was awesome. Today I am talking about Fox McCloud versus Buzz Lightyear of Toy Story.
Can I ask you something about that as well?
What's up?
Did you have like a general visceral reaction when Zurg shoots Buzz in that sequence? Because Buzz like dies in that sequence. Did like Kid you be like, no? Was Kid you like actively scared?
Toy Story 2 is one of those movies I was watching before I could comprehend continuity. So I like knew kind of what would happen by the time I could like think. It's just one of those movies that was on when I was like 2.
Yeah. I know when I first saw that movie, I was like stunned at first, like, wait, what? But by the time I had the reaction that, oh, Buzz just died, it already zoomed out and went to the game over screen. I'm like, oh, it was a video game, okay.
Yeah.
See, my childhood movie was Ice Age. So
let's just talk about Ice Age.
Hey, I'm here for it.
So this is obviously not the toy, the 1 foot tall Buzz Lightyear voiced by Tim Allen that we're putting against Fox McCloud. This is lore Buzz Lightyear. So this will be Buzz Lightyear from that intro in Toy Story 2, from the cartoons, from the video games. We could include Lightyear in this because it's supposed to be the same guy.
We wouldn't.
Why? We could though.
But we wouldn't because Lightyear sucks.
That's not how we do this. We just excluded what would suck. That would change a whole bunch of verdicts.
Yeah, Kara wouldn't have got any feet.
You're mocking me.
That's a decent Buzz. That's a decent Buzz Lightyear.
So I completely lost my train of thought. So this would be. We could even include like what Buzz Lightyear, when he thinks he's a space ranger, is trying to do. And we could analyze that and be like, okay, so this is what Buzz Lightyear is supposed to be capable of.
I mean, doesn't he have a full cartoon?
He does have a full cartoon, yeah. He has Buzz Lightyear of Star Command that Disney hated, and this is back when if a cartoon was greenlit, it didn't matter how much they hated. They're still getting like 65 episodes out of that baby. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command has more episodes than Owl House.
That's sad.
And only one of them is remembered fondly.
Yeah,
I know people like the
Buzz Lightyear Star Command is actually remembered pretty fondly. Like, there's a ton of.
I know that was a joke against Owl House.
Oh, I'm trying. I'm trying to work with you here, and then you just keep taking shots at me. I'll have to talk about this later with my therapist.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now that I've been given the power just to like control what happens by Prime, I think it's going to my head. I'm sorry. You give a man a fish and all that, and he'll give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Give a man access to the Nebula theater stream and he'll bully show for the rest of his life.
It's like the ending of Doki Doki when like Sayori downfall and the power corrupts.
Please continue, Jim.
So Buzz Lightyear versus Fox McCloud. For me, a big thing with a Fox McCloud or any Star Fox matchup is I think you have to have potential for good ground combat and good space combat in a way that, like, because Fox McCloud can basically summon his R-Wing to, like, be built around him in, like, a second, so in a way his R-Wing's closer to, like, a transformation than it is, like, a vehicle he has to get into realistically for a fight. That's why, like, Ridley versus Wolf is cool, because Ridley can fight both the R-Wing and Grounded Wolf pretty easily. Buzz Lightyear, obviously, we see him flipping, jumping around with his arm laser, shooting pretty easily. But also, Buzz thinks he can fly for a reason, because in the cartoon, he flies like a motherfucker. He's flying all over the place. He is extremely fast with his jetpack. He can fly into space very easily. If Fox, like, gets into the R-Wing, goes into space, Buzz Lightyear's on his ass. He's flying, he's to infinity and beyond, right up to Fox McCloud. I think there is a lot of vehicles in the cartoon. Like, he has, like, space motorcycles and, like, larger spaceships for his whole crew. But realistically, we could just have the fight be, like, Buzz in his spacesuit against the R-Wing. Flying through space in a dogfight would be really cool. Buzz has had tons of, like, weapons in the cartoon, in the video games, and he's got all sorts of stuff.
Could we end the fight, like, if, like, we have, like, if Fox wins, he, like, shoots and knocks down Buzz, and can we have it pan out to, like, a kid playing with toys? Like a Fox action figure and, like, a Buzz action figure?
Yeah, the Fox amiibo.
The fight is entirely taking place in, like, this child's head.
It's just me. We cut to, like, a real life picture of me.
you at your age of 32 now.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that framing device for the fight. That's so creative.
But we don't reveal that it's, like, people playing with toys until the ending.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be super fun. I really like this. I think there's a ton of combat potential. Buzz Lightyear has a ton of weapons. There's a ton of options in space as well. Kingdom Hearts, we could use what Buzz does in that, because I believe how the Kingdom Hearts 3 lore is because Xehanort's manipulations. The toys get some of the abilities that, like, the people who play with them assume they have. Which we could be like, alright, so yeah. It doesn't change much because he really just gets a laser, but, you know, we could bring it up. What really intrigues me about this is, well, the themes are, like, average and fine. They're both, like, space paragons. They're, like, the hero everyone looks up to in the world, in the universe. They're like, this is the guy that no matter what hardships happen to them, they never give up and they keep up the good fight. You know, it's a classic, like, space hero paragon adventurer. But what I really like is just the quaintness and the unique, just opportunity of stuff to research for this fight. Like, Han Solo and Star-Lord are awesome characters, and it'd be great to talk to them. But it is like another Star Wars or another Marvel character. This would be a, like, once an opportunity to do, like, some research on Buzz Lightyear and Toy Story. We could do, like, a preview of, like, the real lore of Star Command Buzz Lightyear or something, and actually talk about what, like, that Buzz Lightyear is capable of. I think this idea is super unique. Its potential for dialogue is really fun, and I genuinely would like to research Buzz Lightyear.
I will say, in defense of Han Solo, we barely get any non-Force user, non-lightsaber user, kind of pure human stats for Star Wars.
Yeah, because, like, the only real character outside of, like, the Force user, lightsaber users that really gets a lot of attention is Boba Fett, and even then, he gets lightsabers.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to say, like, they would be, like, boring to cover or anything. I was just trying to say, like...
No, I hear what you mean.
Oh, yeah, but I want to defend my point.
Like
Yeah.
If we did Han, I reminded of the fucking like Just Dance. Han Solo is have you seen that? Han Solo. Han Solo.
This stream gets 50 likes and I'll play that game on stream.
Oh my god.
Please,
everybody like this video. Holy shit. I'm gonna make like
50 likes. It's unlikely, but it's possible.
It is possible. That's the best part about it. I realize on my Sol account I'm not subscribed to Prime, which is a good transition to say if you're not subscribed to us, you should.
Yeah.
Now, there's 3 of us, and there's another person in the thumbnail. However,
Yes.
we planned this before Plime realised he was going to be busy. However, Plime is right now in my DMs writing about what he wants to say for Ratchet versus Fox. So, we're gonna wait a minute then. We're gonna... Oh yeah, Star Wars Connect! Yes, it was like a Just Dance
We
type.
can start talking about it. We just have to
Yeah.
make sure to include what Plant is saying.
Well, I'd rather just hear his voice, rather than...
Yeah, and then I think
How's-
we're all
how's-
familiar enough with it to help fill
Yeah.
in the gaps of what Prime types.
How's the weather for you guys? It's a little drizzly where I'm at.
It's warm
a little windy.
again! It's another heat wave!
Yeah, we just got out of a heat wave.
Yeah,
over
I think
where-
our heat wave is we sent it to you.
Fuck off. I guess, while we're
There's a
here...
really funny moment in the Buzz cartoon where Buzz literally like takes his glove off and you can see his very human hand, and he sets the glove to like fire automatically as his own covering fire. But everyone doesn't remember for the cool like strategy. I just remember because like it's weird to see Buzz with like a normal human hand in the cartoon.
I will say while we're waiting for Blind. Next Thursday, the 16th, will be the Lane versus Donnie Darko debate. The 21st will be our Who Shall Spider-Man fight, which again Plime won't be on, but we'll have a different person hopefully coming on with Jobber, where we'll be talking about matchups like Batman, a Mega Man, and a Kamen Rider, and the Dispatch guy.
Yeah, Robert Robertson
I
the
was
third.
blanking on his name, thanks. And Percy Jackson versus Michael V. There will also be gaming streams for members and an Angel Investor VIP lounge where you can talk and interact with your friends behind Nebula Theatre. That sounds so parasocial. The people that you know from Nebula Theatre.
Yeah.
Your good old buddies.
The
I don't
stream.
know. Some of us are active in the Discord, so like.
Sure, but I don't encourage parasocial natures.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think we can, at this size of our community at this point, we can say, like, if you join our server, there's a fairly likely chance that you might have a chance to talk to us in, like, the public threads, because
Oh, yeah.
we frequent it a lot. We're not going to promise you friendship or anything, but we can chat.
You just got to slowly manipulate your way until you're friends with us. How do you think I got friends with Sherman? Just joined Fan Battle Cast.
I became friends to Saul by lying to him.
He did. He tells his story all the time.
Yeah, it's a very funny way to start a conversation.
I literally just info dumped about Cell vs. Geo Boromon to Plime one day, and he's like, "I like your vibe. Want to join my show?"
Plime
That's how I ended up here.
was like, I need a researcher, and I know you do blogs. And I was like, okay. And he's like,
Hey, Saul.
yeah.
If you go onto OBS, could you turn your mic down by like 20%?
Am I too loud? I turned it down on Discord, but
Well, you need to turn it down. Well, see, the thing is,
yeah.
our volume doesn't affect what the viewers hear, because the viewers are picking up what, like, your mic is picking up.
I turned
So, like, Discord won't affect what YouTube hears.
I turned it down.
Alright. Yeah, so you have to turn it on OBS. Or just affect your mic settings, but yeah.
Yeah, I
whatever.
can't really affect my mic settings because it's a webcam.
Yeah, that'd be a bit tricky midstream.
Yeah, I kind of have to. I turned the audio capture down in OBS to a.
Has Plan finished his dissertation on Ratchet? Can we talk about it a little bit? I know you wanted to wait, but I feel like we've waited a hot second.
Fine, I'll introduce the matchup. Fox McCloud versus Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank. The idea of this matchup, I thought I had the connections list. I didn't.
Well, you see, they're little short, furry, bipedal animals in space.
Yeah, they fight.
And they shoot a lot of guns, and they have a lot of vehicles.
Ratchet and Clank.
I'm kind of taking the piss
I
out
got
of
it.
it. I do actually quite like this matchup a lot.
I got it.
Oh, he got it.
Two people who are living as essentially soldiers after being separated from their father/family. They will meet people who had known their parents when they got older and learned how great they are. This matchup works so well because not only does Fox have things like the Landmaster to contend with Ratchet's more busted arsenal, but we could even give Fox his staff from Adventures to go up against the Wrench. The main appeal is that we can focus on Ratchet's spaceship Aphelion, and it can do a ton of things that Fox's Arwings can do. And in each game, starting with Tools of Destruction, Aphelion works slightly differently. Looking at it as a whole and combining everything it can do in every game would be interesting. There's more, but I'll leave it there.
So I really like this because Fox's vehicles are very busted as far as sci-fi vehicles go. Like he can just kind of transform into them at a moment's notice. The R-Wing, he has like 13 backup R-Wings, so you have to blow up the R-Wing like 13 times and you can just spawn a new one on him. So he has like a ton of vehicles and they all have like real busted equipment on them. Like he has attacks that like will like battering ram you from across the solar system. So I think there's a lot of like interesting, and he also just has a lot of weapons grounded as well. Fox has a huge arsenal, so I think it could play off of Ratchet pretty solidly.
Yeah, like, I could definitely see this one where it's like, they start in the R-Wing, but he gets shot down, they have a little one-on-one until, they spawn the Landmaster, and, like, I can see the fight dynamic in my head, and they both definitely have an arsenal to match each other. Oh gosh, I was gonna say something, and then the thought just poofed out of my mind.
Well, keep talking about it, because I'm going to start the poll.
Alright, so...
Which matchup do you like the most? My problem with Fox versus Ratchet is that it's just Ratchet. If you have Ratchet, you gotta have Clank. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
So I would say that like you can include like Fox's backup because he can like contact Slippy and have him like send him gear. So you could say like the equivalent to Clank would just be like he has like the guy in the chair for Fox.
Oh, Buzz Lightyear.
Don't forget Buzz Lightyear. That's
I
the best
didn't.
one. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Toy Story.
Thank you, Saul. You've got a friend in me for that.
Oh,
Disgusting.
I remember what I was gonna say, because I know in Star Fox 2, in Star Fox 0, the R-Wing has the transformation for, like, the walker form, where it just, like, runs along on two legs. I think that's, like, a really cool thing that doesn't really get explored, and I feel like we could explore that one really well here. Especially if, like, how grounded Ratchet is, it wouldn't be too unusual to bring that form in.
I almost accidentally closed the poll. That's all of our matchups, and while you're thinking and contemplating on that, we are going to go to the starting soon screen, and then I'll be showing off our versus community highlights. We have 4. Yes, 4. Not 3, but 4. Bye, everybody. Hi guys. Slight accident here. Not accident. Slight slip-up. You're going to see the stream, but I need to make sure everyone can hear everything and hear everyone. So there might be a moment where you can't hear any of us. So sit as tight as you can in your chair. You know, like seatbelts. So like,
sit as tight as you can. Buckle up. It doesn't matter if it doesn't have a seatbelt. You better buckle up because it's going to be a wild ride.
So yeah. So sorry about that. Again, this is my first time, actually streaming a proper Nebula theatre with multiple transitions. So I apologise for the inconvenience for a minute.
All right, so
Delightful.
oh, they can hear us now, or me specifically.
I think that probably me and you. I don't think they'd be able to just hear you. But I guess Saul is silent. He's the silent manipulator.
Well, if Saul is silent, then I will just explain for the fine folks at home.
La. 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 You should be able to. Hang on, I'll turn up the stream if I have to. I don't care, I'll cue it myself. Oh. You should be able to. I'll turn up the stream. Can I hear you? I don't care, I'll cue it myself. Fuck. Say something.
I'll start talking and hope I can hear myself at some point.
Fuck's sake.
Chitty, chitty, chat, chat. Oh, they can hear me now. Okay.
Can they hear me?
Yeah, they probably can. Hey guys, sorry about that. Again, first time, I very greatly apologise. But now that I have it, okay. So, we're going to be... So, the whole point of Versus Community Highlight is to highlight different things from the community. And I do mean different things. We want to look at all different types of medias, right? So today, we have one video, one blog, one music track, and one cast.
Yeah.
The cast and track are related. Okay, if everything goes well, we should be able to hear the video. Somebody tell me otherwise if not. This is Robot from Invincible versus Mecha Maru from JJK. Come on.
Jojo.
I don't think they can hear it.
No, I think they can.
Oh, they can? Brilliant. Yeah, Tropataka said I got it. Okay.
I like the sound effects.
Ooh.
Heat.
I should turn the captions off.
Ooh. Good music choice.
Oh man, this is smooth.
They're boxing. This is just some smooth, good animation.
Yeah, like, I'm really impressed with how smooth this is. Oh no, the mouth gun!
Luckily, Robot has a chest beam!
Oh, this is OG Robot.
Yeah, this is, pre all the fucked up stuff that he did. Man!
We'll never know who wins.
Don't worry, I know.
You know, the best
We
compliment,
realistically know who wins.
the best
Omni-Man
compliment
Brainrot for 5 minutes.
the best
Let's watch
compliment
that.
I can award.
Well, this is my Opera
that-
GX, and I don't. What was you gonna say, Zora?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, the best sign of like a really cool fan animation is that I'm left wanting more. and like I just like I want to see more.
So the next thing that I picked out was, again, 2 of these were actually suggested by people on the server. So if you want to see things to talk about, please interact with the Nebula Theatre Cast channel when we're putting up a new thing. It really helps us. But I picked this one specifically because I knew Sherm would be here.
Thank you.
And also, we're doing...
I like this matchup.
We're also doing a My Little Pony episode. If you don't know, Princess Luna versus Darkrai, winner of the Halloween tournament.
Woohoo!
We are.
So I thought it'd be a perfect time to comment on Pinkie Pie versus Goldchip. My Little Pony versus Uma Musa. Shut up. Yeah, whatever. Pinkie Pie versus Goldchip. This is by Off-Season Blogs, I believe they're called. Kind of goes into the matchup. We're not going to obviously read it all, but we're going to skim over it and kind of talk about it.
Yeah. I believe they got some DJ Tiki commissions for this.
Yeah.
Looking good. So yeah, how much do you guys know about Goldchip? First off, did you guys read the blog? Because I actually read this blog before we decided we would talk about it.
I read it when I decided I'd be putting it on.
I don't think I've fully read any blogs.
Alright.
Wow, Zoro. That's like...
You kind of just want to talk about, like, the matchup, how, like, they went about doing the blog. How do we want to... Because this is our first time covering, like, a blog,
well,
so how do we want to, like...
I thought we would just kind of scroll through, and then if we see something interesting, we'll highlight it.
Yeah. They're going over the backstory of Pinkie. They do a good job with it, in my opinion. Kind of highlight what's cool about the element of laughter.
I really like this effect. This looks really nice. I like when blogs do this, when it's like the background has like actual clips playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be quickly apparent with this, and especially with Goldchip, that this is like composite for both, which is technically a way you could go about it. But there's other ways you could potentially have gone about it as well.
Cybertronian suit.
Yeah.
Oh, is that from the episode where they went into, like, the comic book?
It's from the...
Transformers.
No, it's just from the Transformers
Cybertronian.
crossover.
Oh my gosh!
They had a freaking, like, crossover with... Oh my gosh.
Why did Shockwave make their outfits?
Wait, does that mean that, frickin' Starscream actually scales the Rainbow Dash now?
I mean, if you comp them, yeah.
I mean, that version of Starscream, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh,
because
boot?
both Goldchip and Pinkie Pie have a lot of, like, one-time, very cool items. It's kind of interesting because Goldchip is, like, kind of a very Hammer Space kind of character. That's how a lot of stuff happens. And Pinkie Pie is too, but I feel like with Pinkie Pie there's more diegetic reasons for it a little bit, but yeah. This is just a very fun matchup where they go over like the editing just the commissions
crazy.
they got for this is so good. I want that hat. I want that Christmas tree hat.
Yeah, like these look like edits that would be in an actual death battle. Whoever did these, like, well done.
I'm pretty sure it was DJ.
Yeah, I think they commissioned him. Fourth wall.
Oh, that
plot manipulation. Sure.
Yeah, that's another big thing. Is they're both like a lot of fourth wall breakers. So there's a lot of fourth wall potential here as well.
Tabletop.
All right. Yeah. Okay, I have a question. I keep seeing like that chibi animation style. Sherm, do you know what that is?
That's Pony Life. That's the alternate universe Discord created between Gen 4 and Gen 5.
Huh. I didn't even know
so this is a good example. They're giving Pinkie Pie, like, Lord of Chaos powers, which she had for all of 10 seconds before Discord took the magic back. So it's like, if we gave... It's like, it would be hard to argue giving Pinkie Pie that in any situation beyond composite.
Right. But also, I imagine this matchup is probably only fair if you composite it.
Yeah, I feel like it would work with, like, the comedic tone we're going for.
There's ways to get Pinkie Pie to scale that high without, like... I think the Chaos form is specifically the weird one for me, because Harmony is basically standard, and that would get the same scaling. Chaos just kind of gives her more abilities. Yeah, it was also interesting that they scaled them to like other generations, which I thought was cool. It doesn't necessarily like need to happen, but like with the full comp, it's worth bringing up.
And here's Gold Chip.
Yeah, Gold Chip. I think this is maybe like the best reason to read this blog. The My Little Pony section was great, very informative, very well researched. This is the one that's like, if you want to know how you would do Gold Chip in versus, here you go. Gold Chip is not like, there aren't a ton of Umamuse characters that work in versus, but Gold Chip is like the best one. Yeah. Do y'all know the lore of Umamuse?
No.
Well, I guess I was just saying what was in the blog. So if you read the blog, you would know that when horses die in our world, their souls go to the Umamuse world to get reincarnated as the horse girls. It's very funny.
So they're just anime girl reincarnations of existing. I know they were based off of it. I didn't realize they were supposed to be reincarnations of horses.
Yeah, it's very fun.
That's so weird. Yet so she has time bull crap.
Yeah, because it's like a game where you can like retry if you fail, but it's like a diegetic retry. It's very fun. Umamuse has like a ton of fun stuff. Yeah, this is just kind of like such a good matchup because they both have like the hammer space. They both have access to a ton of objects and items they could easily grab. That is a very important item. The staff. That'll be like how they'll just get a lot of good Grand Blue fantasy stuff.
Transcends universes. Okay.
It's very helpful. Yeah, a lot of VTuber stuff which will be relevant. I like how a lot of this is just like run slightly better, which is like good to know because it's the main thing, but it's also like so unimportant in the conversation of this one.
Wow!
Oh my gosh!
That's great.
That is such
awesome.
a brilliant visual. Because I was scrolling and I was like, that's a bit blurry.
Yeah.
Oh my! What?
This is like the wholesome version of like those games where you have to look in and then they jump scare you, but you look in and then you get hit with like peak fourth wall break.
Yeah. Yeah, here's she interacting with like her creator. There's a lot of good fourth wall stuff.
Alright, yeah, okay, I might have to read this one. This looks amazing.
Yeah, obviously we're not
there's a ton of stuff. Yeah.
Regeneration.
I think this could be like, it's just a really cool idea to cover Umamuse in versus.
Changing the versus battle wiki.
Yeah, this is her like talking to her author. Yeah.
The zone, meteor, black hole, earth. Aura farming!
Aura farming, very important. Very important.
So we'll kind of wrap it up here for this segment soon.
Yeah.
Kind of scroll through.
Yep. We won't spoil.
We want what?
We won't spoil. Do we want to spoil the verdict, or do
well,
we?
Yeah, now I want to know.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
We won't read it or anything, but I do want to shout out the people who made it, which means we're gonna have to go past the verdict.
Oh yeah.
So
I just didn't know if we wanted to like say, oh, they say that blank wins, or encourage them to go, go read it for yourselves.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm looking through it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh look, thank you very much. So yeah, shout out to MK. Hi MK.
MK, love that guy.
Lou and Miss Time. And they did a Q&A blog.
Yeah.
So next there's this Versus track composer called Cosmic Cosmog. Canvas Tenor has been in discussion for a bunch of reasons. A lot because, Deltarune released a new chapter, Digital Circus just wrapped up, we did a Kane cast. But this person released a Kane Tenor track, and Versus tracks are just as valid of a source for us to listen to, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And I've been personally listening to this one so much because I have... Why does it say heat? It's obsessed with heat. I've been personally listening to this a lot, and I wanted to show this off, so I'm going to hit play.
Yeah. And do we want to talk about the cat at the same time?
We will in a minute after the track. I love the art, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do like how it just starts so like calm with like the Digital Circus. It really feels like the intro to a show.
Have you two heard this?
I have. Yes.
I haven't heard this one yet.
No. I assume I'm supposed to be giving odds because like that's what they're here for. And the show begins.
I love the diegetic use of TV time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great use of like both of their home series music tracks.
This is such a good track.
Ooh.
It starts very Deltarune heavy, but there are some circus motifs in here. Very nice.
Yeah. You can hear it now.
Yeah.
This is running. You hear running the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
bopping to this.
And then into TV time again.
Yeah.
This is like exactly what I imagined if I were to direct this matchup for Nebula.
And the scene transition.
Yeah.
Oh, we're intermissioning!
Someone
Low-key.
get me a cup of coffee.
That intermission sequence from Digital Circus has to be my favorite part of the show, by the way.
Yeah, it's so fun with just playing with effects.
And then Tanner completely cuts him off with his theme.
Yeah.
That is very on brand.
Very in character for Tanner to do and would be doing for the fight.
Especially with how he cuts during different scenes during his actual boss fight.
The build up. But this is a sad part of the fight. Britannia and Kane are like, man, what's even the point?
They're in their depression arcs.
They think no one likes them. It's so sad.
Honestly, like, both of their kind of like arcs kind of resonated with me. That's why I love this matchup so much.
Yeah, it's growing on me.
Oh, it's those Deltarune emotional beats.
Yeah. I don't remember the emotional part being so long. I thought it was just like 30 seconds. But this is good. It's good. Imagine like maybe Tenna's quoting Rouse or something, or Susie.
Yeah.
Kind of build Kane up a little bit, maybe. This is the uplifting part.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm getting a little teared up, not gonna lie.
It's great music.
On with the frickin' like
Don't worry.
Digital Circus
Don't worry.
motif.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4 OST.
Well, because I've been
Hell yeah.
playing Call of Duty.
It's a good game. Yeah, it's a great
Is that the end
track.
of the
It's weird to
track or the
imagine the
end?
track ending in like a defeat, but it's a very good track. Very nice.
I love that track. I think that I'm putting that on my track playlist now.
So,
Great.
last thing to talk about before we have to say goodbye for today. It's not loading, so I want to put the art in the background. But screw me, I guess. There's another podcast series. No, it's not Fan Battlecast. called Drunk Casts. It's run by the Drunk Giraffe, a YouTube creator who you might have seen around for his certain versus stuff. Let me put it up actually. Why not? Isn't it? Here.
Yeah.
And they did. And they did Kane versus Tenor. They have they've done a bunch of different casts before, but with this one, I was on it. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
They I've been following Drunk Giraffes on Twitter because he posts a lot there, and I saw his work and he saw his cast stuff, and we kind of spoke here and there, and I was like, oh, I'd be interested in joining your cast. And he was like, yeah, I'll have you on. And then first thing was like, anybody know Deltarune? And I was like, I know Deltarune, so then he had me debate for Tenor.
Yeah.
So, it was a fun
There
time.
was, I remember I was listening to this cast, and there's one part near the end that was, like, the funniest thing to me, because I don't think it was intentionally funny, where I don't know these guys very well, so I couldn't tell their voices apart very well.
Yeah.
But there was one guy that was like, hey, how do you think, because y'all had your own verdict for how the fight would go.
Yeah.
But then they asked, so we know how we think it would go, but how do you guys think fan battle will judge it?
Yeah.
And then one guy was like, well, based on previous fan battles, they seem to favor regeneration a lot. And then there's one guy who's like, listen, don't you ever fucking compare what previous episodes' verdicts are. And I'm like, well, what's the point of the question then if we're not allowed to use, like, previous episodes to judge our verdicts? I'm very confused, but it was a very strong opinion that they couldn't compare previous episodes' verdicts to other verdicts, and I kind of laughed out loud when I heard it because it felt so out of nowhere and random.
I mean, they rip on each other. That's the thing, right? So,
yeah, but it was just so like random. I was like, whoa.
so the cast, they kind of rip on each other, but yeah, they had me on to debate for Tenor. If you're interested in maybe how you think this matchup could go, maybe how Fan Battle will eventually handle it, you should check it out. I tried my best.
I remember thinking that you debated very well for your character. I do think like at some points I was a bit confused by the restrictions we were putting on Kane. Because at the very beginning, y'all kind of said like, Tenna's in the digital circus. But then later on we were like, well, if he wasn't scanned in, would Kane have access to, like, his mind files? And then that confused because, like, well, if we're assuming that Tenna can exist in the digital circus, then we must assume that he has code like everything else.
Well,
Because
that kind of gives Kane an unfair advantage. To put it in most neutrally, it's like a fountain opened in the circus or something.
But, like, his powers work because he can manipulate code because he's a program.
Yes.
So, like,
yeah, and that's
I feel like either all of his powers will work on him or none of them will work. We can't just say, like, it feels weird to say some of his powers wouldn't work.
Well, you're gonna have to check the cast out to find out more. Apart from that,
Yeah.
thank you for tuning in. This has been another. What was that sort of? Like,
Sorry, I thought we were talking about it for longer, so I was a little surprised.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like we talked about it for like a minute.
I mean, I don't really
It's
have
a good cast.
I mean, I don't really have much to say about the cast otherwise. Like, I liked it. I'm glad I was on. It was fun.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like delve into like the specifics of like a cast debate without like outright spoiling how it goes.
Well,
all right, we should probably end the poll on the stream right now. So
I'll go and do that. Everybody, stay seatbelted. With 47% of the votes, Star-Lord takes it home. Buzz Lightyear at 27, Ratchet at 19, Han Solo at 7.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised that Star-Lord won. I didn't realize that there were many of that people that were super interested in Star-Lord.
Yeah,
I'm not like. It's a really popular matchup. I was originally going to rep Star-Lord, but then Saul's like the main comic guy, so I felt like
I had nobody else.
he wanted to do it. Yeah, you honestly, like, you're so familiar with comics, like, you would do a better job than I ever could at repping it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy with second place. I'll take that.
Honestly, I was not expecting Han to do well at all. It was just like an idea I had. I was like, this could be fun.
Yeah. So, thanks for checking us out. This has been a kind of a short one, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but it's concise.
Yeah, it's concise compared to our other one. Hopefully next time will probably be... Oh no, next time will be one of the debate casts. So tune in for more information. Join the Discord below. Buy a membership for more content. Ta-ta.
Yep. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for dropping by.